Hello everybody, Super Tim 101 here, and welcome back to my series on the Hatchetman. And if you want to learn more about the Hatchetman in terms of lore and sort of a general overview, go ahead and check out my other mech pack review of the Hatchetman, and then I have some lore in the Tin Man review as well. But today we're going to be talking about the Hatchetman 3F. This is sort of the first Hatchetman that was created, that was mass produced. And honestly, this mech was difficult to build around. I went through a couple different builds that I thought were okay, and I landed on this one. And again, I think it's okay, but it also feels like still just okay. So let's jump into the mech lab and see what we're running. First, I want to look at the quirks, just to show you kind of why I kind of landed on this. It has a UAC jam duration of minus 30%, which is awesome. Then a ballistic cooldown of minus 10% and a heat minus 10%. Then it gets these really good survival bonuses as well that a lot of the Hatchetmen get. But because of those ballistic quirks that jam chance, I wanted to really focus on the UACs and try to figure out how to use them to the best that the mech can. So I tried something like a big UAC 10 and 4 medium lasers, and it just felt a little bit anemic. And I found this build, or something that's very similar, on someone's Discord, and it seemed reasonable, which is 3UAC2s. Unfortunately, you have to shave a ton of armor down on your side torsos, and your arms, and your legs to fit everything, because ballistics are really heavy. The upside is that they don't generate a bunch of heat, so you can fire them a lot for the most part. The downside is that they are super heavy. And for a 45-ton medium mech, running 3 Ultra 2s is pretty hard. But it makes it work, and it does pretty well in it as well. I think I'm going to try to do the UAC 10 and the 4 medium lasers in another build review as well, just to show you sort of the difference. But in addition to that, we run an XL 225, which gets you a pretty decent speed, so you can reposition and things. You do a bunch of ammo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 tons of ammo. So the build that I came across actually had a full 7 tons of ammo, but I took out a half ton for a jump jet. I think that was really important for getting into position and things like that. So that is the build. It's a little tricky just because you aren't very tanky at all. Like, you lose a lot of your tankiness. And even then, though, like, look at your armor, even with shaving it down, it's pretty decent. Nevertheless, let's jump into the skills and see what we're running there. So, in terms of firepower, you want velocity because it's all projectiles, magazine capacity, enhanced UAC, jam duration, heat, range. You do generate quite a bit of heat if you're double tapping over and over and over again. That's what UACs tend to do, is generate heat when you're double tapping. So make sure you get that heat gen. Range, because I actually got so used to the range, I guess, of clan UAC2s that I was shooting well out of optimum range with this mech one time. And I was like, wow, I must be doing well because I'm hitting him so much. But I was so far out of optimum that I was basically just sneezing on his armor. So get those range nodes, and then be aware of where your range bracket is and get into that range bracket. So you still want your full hit points because you do become squishy. You want cool run, heat containment. Again, because of the double taps of the UX, you are hot. You're a hot mech. So, I mean, one of the good things is that it doesn't generate so much heat where you can keep firing for a good clip, but you want to be able to fire when you see enemies. So get that heat management. One seismic sensor, full radar deprivation, just because you're a sniper. So when you jump into cover, back into your cover, you want people to be able to like lose lock or lose sight of you, and hopefully you can pop up in a different place. Try not to peek the same place twice, especially if people are looking at you. Your advanced zoom, because you are a sniper mech. We got one UAV, 2 cool shots, and a artillery strike. And the artillery strike is helpful to get a little bit more damage in, as well as push other snipers off their perches, and if there's a big clump of enemies to push them back a little bit or get some more damage in. So that is the build. That's the skills. Let's jump into a game, and I hope you enjoy.
Target acquired.
I'm the only one up here. Maybe want to put...
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
At least 2 up top.
Need assistance. Target spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Look left, Corsair.
Target spotted.
Left
Target
armor
spotted.
critical damage.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Golf.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Target acquired.
There's a hotel up top.
Spotted. Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Okay. Fairly well.
Left
And more
arm
match to
destroyed.
go.
Right torso critical damage.
Boy.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Are there 2?
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Left torso
Target
critical
spotted.
damage.
Good game, guys. So I wanted to do a brief recap of that game. I thought almost 500 damage for this little 45-ton mech was actually pretty good. But I'm sure with a little bit better positioning, a little more practice, you could get better at it as well. One good thing about the mech is that it has these high mounts. So usually if you can see it, you can shoot it. I didn't really want to push by myself because remember that the armor of this particular mech had to be shaved down a lot to get 3UACs in it. So I didn't want to push by myself and even to try to attempt those hill peeking like in the middle of Vidric. But I thought I did pretty good. One issue that the mech has, in addition to sort of the armor issue, is that the cockpit flash, right? If you're zoomed in, or even if you're not, shooting will blind you and hopefully your enemy if you're hitting them towards the cockpit. But I tend to lose track of where the enemy is because of the cockpit flash of the UX. So that can be a little bit frustrating. But it's also kind of fun to be able to sort of sit towards the back, still have over 800 range on optimum, and be able to basically shoot what you can see. So there it is. Good mobility, good range, and still the ability to throw quite a few rounds down range. But try to stay with your team. You know, I was up by myself on the top for a while. I didn't want to jump off because I had really good overwatch. I was able to shoot down at the enemy that was pushing on the left side, but I couldn't hold both sides with limited armor that I had. And so one thing you have to be careful with all medium mechs, but especially something like this, is that you can't take a whole lot of return fire, even if you're trading, right? Or if you're sniping, you can't trade with people. You have to kind of peek in and out. So keep that in mind. If you're used to big mechs like me that are sniper mechs, you can kind of stand out in the open and trade with other mechs if you have the DPS or if you have the alpha for it. But something like the Hatchetman or other medium mechs, you have to be a little bit more mobile and jump in and out of cover. So just keep that in mind. And if all else fails, hang out with your team, stay in the second line, and shoot at what they're shooting. So keep that in mind with this one. It is a fun mech. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a different build on it and show that as well. I just wanted to use those 3 hardpoints and as well as the UAC jam quirk. But it's an interesting little mech. It's a little bit difficult. I'm probably not going to play this one too much because there's other Hatchetmen that I think are superior and just way more fun to play. But this one, if you like kind of that long range poking, it will work for you. So that is the mech. That is the game. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. And if you like this kind of content, think about subscribing. Thanks and have a great day.